Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'll be doing something else today. Don't worry, I'll still post the average 2 to 3 songs like always, so let's cut to the chase. Have you ever heard the average news anchor on Fox News mention Marxism? Well, if you have, then you must have also heard Communism, Socialism, big names. What do they do? Well, today I'll be explaining this. Now, since this is out of the way, we will begin with what Marxism is. The core ideas of Marxism differs between Marxism, Communism, Socialism, and some necessary theory if you're interested in this idea of Marxism at all. Now, I'll have to state a disclaimer. This is propaganda. What I'm saying is propaganda. Expressing one's opinion through a medium like social media is propaganda, like advertising. I will be attempting to explain Marxism from an exclusively Marxist perspective, as well as other ideas similar to Marxism, like communism, socialism, and the
radical left.
Marxism is built off of many ideas, but I will explain the most important pillars of Marxism. Let's get these big named ideas that way. It won't take too long, right? Dialectical Materialism, Historical Materialism, Class Struggle, Labor Theory of Value, Theory of Surplus Value, Dictatorship, Proletariat, and Dialectical Materialism is classified as everything that exists is material and is derived from matter. That matter is in a process and constant change, and that all matter is interconnected and interdependent. Now, per se, that sounds very complicated, right? Well, I'll simplify it. All things in life correspond, and that the idea states that the world changes due to material causes, not by random, and that all things, just period, in the world correspond. Historical materialism is classified as each main epoch in the development of human society constitutes a specific mode of production or socio-economic formation, of which 5 are now known. They are primitive communism, slavery, feudalism, capitalism, and socialism, in which this uses class warfare as a justification for change, aka the common man getting fed up and shifting society to a new system and saying, fuck you to the old one. Class struggle is already explained so class struggle emphasizes there is a common worker class and the ruling class under capitalism. That is the proletariat and the bourgeoisie. These two classes have different interests. The bourgeoisie wishes to gain maximum profit with a minimum effort by forcing the proletariat to work longer hours with less pay. The proletariat, however, wishes to work less and gain more. This causes conflict, which will result in the proletariat attempting to overthrow the bourgeoisie and push the system in their favor. Now, labor theory of value. This idea states that the economic value of a good or service is determined by the total amount of socially necessary labor required to produce it. In layman's terms, this means that commodities' value comes from labor. Higher wages equal more costly commodities. This is exclusively socially necessary labor being referred to. That ultimately means that labor is a factor for production. Labor makes all of human society function. Without labor, there is really nothing to have. Just the theory of surplus value. This states that excess value after wages and selling of commodities usually will funnel to the hands of the bourgeoisie rather than the proletariat, and thus that means you are never getting paid your true value in work. The dictatorship of the proletariat. It states that once class struggle has been achieved, the proletariat can seize a means of production, form democracy, and begin the transition from capitalism to communism. which is emphasized as socialism. Now, big scary word alert. Communism, which is the final stage of dictatorship or proletariat, emphasizing once the workers control the factories and workplaces, then a conventional state will be abolished, as well as currency and class, as in only the proletariat will be the one class, and everyone will share common resources to work together. But first, surplus must be achieved, more than what is needed to ensure there are no deficits, no famine, no bullshit. Now, let's admit like this, many people have misconceptions of socialism, communism, Marxism. Since you now know what Marxism is, now I should state this all. Marxists are communists. All communists are socialists, but not all socialists are communists, and not all communists are Marxists. With this, communism is the end goal. And how it will be achieved is by having socialism. Thus, socialism is a transitionary idea, a non-permanent solution to inequality as classified. Socialism is where the workplace is under common ownership, while communism, where there is no state, class, money, and the workplace is under common ownership. Now, I'll recommend some theory on just Marxism, communism, socialism. Right here to begin. If you have issues with long reads, go for the basic pamphlet that founded the ideology, the Communist Manifesto, by Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels. For core reads, I would recommend Imperialism, the Highest Stage of Capitalism, Socialism, Scientific Greed, Utopian, Black Shirts and Reds, or Das Kapital, Volume 1 through 3, if you can handle the longer bits. Try out Das Kapital, Volume 1 through 3. Now, for more advanced works, try out Foundations of Leninism, Reform or Revolution, or Mao, on contradiction and on practice. Well, that is all for today. If you found the video informative, then you can comment about that. This is your friendly neighborhood communist, signing out. Also, don't read the Permanent Revolution.